Hey guys, Assalamu alaikum. Once again, welcome. So right now we're going to start module one, just to warm you guys up a little bit. We'll cover a few important things in this module, inshallah. We're going to talk about what is an internship, the difference or the uniqueness of the ILIA internship experience, inshallah. A few things about learning to learn. This is such an important topic. This is one of the things we don't learn at school, how to learn. And we'll talk about a concept, how to change our mindset from a consumer mindset to a producer, a consumer to a producer. You can play a video game or you can actually make the video game. And then lastly, we'll close with setting your vision for your internship and your vision for yourself. So 5 little concepts, inshallah, and each one has its own lecture in the online tool. You can check them out with some very high level background, and this video gives you more information. So first thing, what is an internship? Internship, think of it as a learning opportunity. It's a way to learn new things in a real life scenario or environment. And it has a little bit of a work environment. So it's as if you're working at, a place of employment. The difference, though, between work and an internship is internship, you're expected to learn and get some training. At ILIA, we follow an experiential learning approach, meaning you're going to be learning by experience. You get very little instruction from us and direction, and we'll throw you into the swimming pool, and you're going to start to experience water and figure out how to swim. But we'll be there so you don't drown. We'll pick you up and help you and teach you things as we go along the way. But only 20, like we said, 20-30% of your time would be spent on learning lectures, but the rest would be learning through real hand experience, through hands-on. So it's a very hands-on learning approach. So that's from a perspective of what is an internship. Internship involves things or components like skills development, presentation of opportunities. We present opportunities for you. Some of them you would like, some you wouldn't, but that's where you train yourself to deal with the bitter and the sweet. It's also about setting goals, working with your mentor and a coach, gaining experience, and getting some training and developing yourself along the way. So that's the first thing we wanted to cover, which is what is an internship. The next thing we want to talk about is the uniqueness of the ILIA internship. So paying attention to the diagram on the left of the screen would show you the different types of ILIA internships. Some people join us to intern as a research scholar. They study some topic, write papers about it, present information to the community. They might have peer discussions. They might publish a book. So they're more into the academic side of things, the research side of things. Some people join us to teach classes. They teach younger youth or same age, different topics depending on where their strengths and interests are. So those two roles fall under academics and research. Some other interns join our applied internship program or track, where you get to apply skills to directly impacting the community in needs. For example, you might do outreach, you might do fundraising, you might do finance, accounting, bookkeeping, you might manage the organization, you might do partnership development work with one of our partners or a masjid or a community or a government agency. So here you're applying skills that you learn into basically, a practical role. It's not a research role, it's more practical. And it can involve technology, it can involve business, it can involve entrepreneurship, marketing, sales, these different domains. It's just like a job. The other track or type of internship that we offer is a community giver, someone who is looking for community service. Our community service program falls under our internship program because it's so strong and so unique. We don't give kids just busy work. Hey, shuffle these papers or put some stamps on this stuff or go rake the leaves. If we give them these types of tasks, they would be given those types of tasks in a developmental, framework. So they're going to be putting stamps on envelopes, but understanding the whole stakeholder engagement and how to write a letter and how to make the letter engaging and so forth. If they're raking leaves, they're going to learn about waste management and um, ecosystems and recycling and composting and how to use tools and safety and stuff like that. So our, alhamdulillah, community service program, which is very much a volunteer program, is also held to very high standards. And that's why Department of Juvenile Services in the state of Maryland and the Howard County public school system and Baltimore County, Baltimore City as well, have all found it a very valuable, unique way to develop young people. And then lastly, our fellow track or fellowship, which is really for senior interns, people who've been with us for a couple of years, and now they can take on huge or bigger roles in the society and in the community, and they can be longer term involved with the organization, even if they're doing other things in their life, like working or going back to school. So at the end of the day, it's hashtag Ilya Intern. These are the different flavors. Some of you will be doing research. Some of you will be doing applied. Those are the two main big buckets. And then the other three are kind of distributed. So that's what we offer. But what makes it different? What is this variety, that comprehensive framework? So that's number one. Number two, of course, is we're leadership focused, right? We are all about leadership development. So yes, you will learn outreach. You will learn how to fundraise. You will learn how to do income statements. But our goal really is to make you a better leader, is to make you someone who can take on bigger responsibilities and influence other people and lead teams and lead yourself and go through challenges and deal with boring work and at the same time develop exciting work for yourself. So we're all about leadership. Leadership equals what? Influence, influencing yourself. We'll talk more about leadership later. But I want you to remember there's 4 key styles of leadership, 4 main styles. Self-leadership, you lead yourself. This is where taqwa and integrity and submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes into the picture. So self-leadership. Goal leadership. You're achieving a goal. You have a plan in mind. You want to achieve certain things. That's number 2. Number 3, which is team leadership, is leading teams and leading groups of people or peers. Or under team leadership comes family leadership, being a father, a husband, and so forth, or a mother, and so on. So that's number 3, which is team leadership. And the last one, situational leadership, dealing with situations as they happen. So that's our first unique differentiator, is that we are leadership focused. Number 2 is we're personalized per intern. You're not going to get the same task, all of you. You're all going to be sort of project managers. You're all going to learn the same skills, but you're going to apply it differently. Someone will apply it in a research context to manage the research. Someone will apply it in an outreach context in their applied leadership, applied internship. We also customize it so it's relevant to your life and career goals. We're not going to give you something that you have no interest in. We want you, that's why in your application, we asked you, what are you interested in? What are your hobbies? And then we match you with something that is a good fit for you. So you're excited about it and you give it your full passion. It's integrated with other ILIA programs. So just like you see, we have a comprehensive internship program. It's also integrated with other programs that ILIA does, such as our mentorship program, our coaching, Empower One, our classes, our workshops, our retreats, our scholarship program. They're all connected. It's community-based. We focus on serving the community. We develop you guys, and our development is prioritized, and we prioritize developing the interns and the community as we're doing this work. We're oriented towards our mission, which is developing capacity for American Muslims. We will present you with growth opportunities. Some of you will get to meet mayors of cities and heads of organizations and interview popular people. And some of you will get to see opportunities in research and grants and fundraising and meet with consultants and people outside of ILIA. There's a lot of opportunities we're going to present to you, inshallah. And number 9 is you will learn very unique skill sets. We teach you project management, things that professionals learn, after they graduate college and they've been working for 4 or 5 years. You guys are learning it and you're still in high school. I mean, that's a huge advantage. You go to college and you're already competitive with many of your peers. And you'll also be using some of the best tools out there, salesforce.com, lucid charts, preview assessment that you probably already have done. I mean, these are expensive, heavy duty, hardcore, smart, intelligent tools that large corporations, the Fortune 500s use every day. And we bring these same tools to you. So when you're still in high school, but by the time you're done college, you already have on your resume, you've got a ton of tools and technology that you can present. We even present opportunities for young people like yourselves to get certifications in things like Oracle and Salesforce and Google and Microsoft before you even finish high school. I mean, you're on top of your game by the time you're wrapping up college, inshallah. Most of our interns jump right into middle management, some even into junior director level positions. I remember one of our interns, he was looking for a job in as a software developer, and they took him as a leader for his team because of how advanced he was. And then lastly, you're working with a bunch of young people and you are all running the show together. You will have some people like myself coaching you and guiding you, but you guys are the change makers. You are the decision makers. You are the people who make it happen. So that's the second thing we want to talk about as a warm up. What's the difference in the union? Because it's important that you guys recognize these things so you understand and appreciate what you're getting into. And as you do your internship, you keep pondering on these things to make sure that you are leveraging these 11 points. It's out there. It's all up to you how to use it. It's all up to you how to make good benefit for you and your community and the organization. Another thing I want to talk about here. When I was 18, I got a job at the University of Maryland University College. I'm basically doing help desk stuff, answering the phone, taking tickets down, writing them in our logbook, running off campus, fixing people's printers, computers, and things like that. And they paid me $3.25 an hour. Woohoo! That was kind of minimum wage back then. Today, minimum wage, I think, is like $15 or so. But it was a good, income. I paid my expenses, was able to buy hot dogs and pizza, pay my rent, and it was pretty cool. But then I also had another job. So I worked 8 hours a day at University College from like 8 to 4, 8 to 5. I take my bike, go down to campus. But then in the evening, as you might know, University College has a hotel in it, a Marriott hotel. And I used to work there for just a couple of hours. And they would pay me five and a half an hour. That's almost double what I was getting paid in my day job. I get paid a couple extra bucks in my night job. But I didn't work as many hours. I just worked a couple of hours. So maybe from 6 to 8, we would clean the floors, sweep it, vacuum the rugs, whatnot, clean the kitchen, stuff like that. But they paid more. But that work required less brain power. I mean, you just know how to turn on a vacuum machine and you just vacuum a huge ballroom. There's no really, intellectual effort in it. You just go back and forth into straight rows. It was a nice workout for me, exercise. I got to chill with a bunch of young people my age and, goof off. But really, you made more money per hour than the day job. But it was just a consumer job. It's giving me the fish. It's giving me the income. It's not teaching me how to make an income. Not only that, it would be nice to know how to make an income. It would be nicer to know how to make the tools to make that income. And that's exactly what Ilya does. So at Ilya, there's a saying that says, show a poor man how to fish so you don't have to keep giving him fish. Well, we go beyond that. We don't just show you how to do outreach, but we teach you the tools you need to do outreach so that you can develop your own tools on your own. And that's the highest level of value you can get out of an internship or workplace. So I decided to settle for the cheaper income, the university, which taught me much more and had a longer term impact. The Marriott job was good for a short term impact because really the reason I got that job, I wanted to go to California over the summer to hang out there for a couple of weeks with some friends. And I needed some money to buy the air tickets and stay there and get food and whatnot. So that's where the Marriott job came in for a short-term need. So as you are thinking of your internship, you might be, because as you develop with us, you're going to get more experienced, and some employers outside would start to want to hire you, especially when you create your LinkedIn profile. We're going to support you to do all this stuff. We're not worried if you leave in 6 months or so. We actually wouldn't mind that, but we want you to focus on value. Make sure whatever you're doing, you're learning how to make the tools. And if that's not the case, stick around. We pay you guys pretty well compared to the industry. There might be some other people who pay slightly higher, huge, multi-billion-dollar corporations, but I could tell you it's not worth the few extra pennies an hour or a couple of dollars. You want to focus on the long-term impact. And that's kind of what I did, alhamdulillah, when I was your age, and it's paying off now. That's why we got Ilya and we got you sitting here. If I had settled just for the buck, there would probably be no Ilya. I might have been wealthier, but maybe I would not have contributed to the world in the same way. Alhamdulillah for everything. Everyone has their own circumstances, but the bottom line is you want to go as far deep into the value chain as you can go, as displayed on the screen. The fourth and last thing we want to talk about here is setting the vision. What is a vision? So vision is a future, it's a picture of yourself in the future. Think of it, you're taking a snapshot of the future of yourself, whether it's your school, your life in general, your career, what you're doing. So I want you to think about, what are you going to look like at the end of 6 months of your internship? Those of you who wish after 6 months to continue with us, if you have been a team performer, you're on par, you're more than welcome. If you want to move on, that's also fine. But I want you to bring out a piece of paper right now and draw what you see yourself looking like at the end of this internship. What new skills have you learned? What new types of work have you done based on everything you've heard in this video and the previous videos? So do that. And when you're thinking about it, think about it from these 4 perspectives. The role, your role in society. Today, you're a teenager, you're 15 or 16. What role do you play? Maybe you have some role. Maybe you volunteer. Maybe you sell lemonade on the stand. I don't know, but you have some role. Maybe you don't. It's okay. What's your position? What contributions have you made to the world? What impact has these contributions made on other people? Think about that. So that's today. Then do the same thing for 6 months from today. Come December, or June of next year, what are you going to look like when it comes to these 4 areas? So give that exercise about 10-15 minutes, squeeze your brain quite a bit, go outside, get a drink, walk, think about it as you take your walk, and let's talk about it, inshallah, in our one-on-one or in-person orientation, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair for paying attention. You'll find this video at the bottom of the module in a lecture by itself. Assalamu alaikum.